A claps.
Poppin' Tea Squad, it's your girl Keisha, and I am here with a brand new all tea, all shade Belle Collective Season 2 Episode 1 review. Yes, this review is up early. The show actually premieres July 29th, but you can go and watch Episode 1 early on demand on OWN. So go and check it out. Now let's get into the Season 2 premiere because it was juicy, got 'em crazy. 1, 2, 3, let's hit it. Oaktown 357 was my shit. Yes, God, I miss them. Season premiere starts off with Latrice, honey. Latrice is back. You know, Season 1, we were really comparing her to like this show's Portia. She gave us a lot of early Real Housewives of Atlanta Portia when she was married to Cardell. Well, she is back. She is doing great. Her house is still beautiful. She got new titties, honey. She done got her some BC cups. She has been featured in Forbes magazine. Her hairline is doing wonderful, and she wants to celebrate by having a high tea, not a regular high tea because she doesn't like tea. I don't like tea. I think tea is disgusting, but she wants to have a high tea, if you know what I mean. So she's in the kitchen preparing breakfast for Zaddy, honey, and Zaddy makes his way on into the kitchen, and you know we used to call him Howard Hewitt because he gives me Howard Hewitt teas with his look. So he sits down at their island to eat breakfast, and he calls one of his 5 children in to eat breakfast as well, and her name is Amber. So he was like, Amber, your mom cooking, and she Latrice looked at him like, really, motherfucker? Like, really? Like, you're doing too much, because she is not one of his kids' mother. They don't have children together. So in her confessional, Latrice goes on to explain to us that her relationship with his children are kind of strained a little bit because she's closer to their age than to his. And she feels as though they don't give her a motherly respect. And I was like, girl, you ain't they mama at the end of the damn day. Now, yes, they're supposed to respect you. You know what I'm saying? Period. But as far as a motherly respect, you might as well just hang that up, girl. Like, absolutely not. It's not going to happen. Like, you literally just said you're closer to their age than you are to him. And at the end of the day, they got a damn mama. So I feel like she need to just hang that up and just try to build a really strong, you know, relationship with them. Take out the motherly stuff because that just ain't gonna happen. So Howard Hewitt then starts mentioning them having a baby of their own, and she does not want to have a baby. She's not interested in it, and she knows that the only reason why he wants to have a kid with her is to slow her down and keep her ass in the goddamn house, pretty much. And in his confessional, Howard Hewitt was like, you know, there's more than one way to have a baby. Like, don't get it twisted. And Latrice responds, oh, you gonna do a Glenn? You gonna do a Glenn? Now I'm like, I thought you and Lateshia was supposed to be doing better. That was shade in the water, shade in the water, children. I'm like, you did not have to go there. But we then go to Lateshia. She is back and doing better than ever. She has a new office for her business that she is trying to build. The office was decorated beautifully. She has been working out. She's lost a little bit of weight. But on the personal side of it, she's not doing so well. She's actually living with her mother because she is separated from her husband of like 10, 15, 18 years or some shit like that, Glenn. She found out that he was still texting other women, and she just like, she can't take it no more. Plus this whole thing hanging over her head about whether or not he fathered a child 8 years ago when he cheated on her. But my thing is, why are you living at home with your mama Why did you leave your house? Why didn't you make him leave? I mean, shit, he barely there anyway, since he always be on the tugboat or whatever the hell he do for a living. Why did you leave your house? Fuck that, nigga. You gonna leave. I didn't like that. Like, he should have been the one to leave. You shouldn't have had to uproot you and your child. Like, I don't like that, Bernie. I don't like that at all. Mind you all, I am interviewing Lateshia, and that interview will be up next week, so be on the lookout for that. So I'm going to ask her about all of what we have saw in this season premiere episode. So she is pretty much sitting there talking to her mom, and she's waiting on Glenn to come pick up their son Joshua. He stops by, he comes to pick up their son, and before they leave, he talks to Lateshia one-on-one in the kitchen. He was just like, I cannot believe, like, we're in this place. Like, he just cannot believe that they're separated. She's not living at home anymore. Like, he wants to talk about, like, what's going on? Like, what are we doing? I want you back home. But she was like, I don't want to have this conversation right now, because the little boy was literally 5 feet away and could hear their whole entire conversation. And so he was like, I mean, we gonna have to talk about it. Like, you can only hide but for so long. And when it came time for their son to leave with him, you could just tell that little boy is so sad. He is so sad. He looked like he wanted to cry. And it broke my heart, because I was like, dang, you know what I'm saying? You know, he's grown up in a household with both of his parents. And to see them now being separated and him having to go off with his dad alone and then come back to, you know, be with his mama, that's a huge adjustment for that child. So you could see that this separation is really affecting him, and that's the hard part of it all. When they leave, Tisha ends up crying, and in her confessional, she says, you know, I just really want my life back. Like, it's really hurting her to be separated from her husband, because she's been with him since they were teenagers. So this is a huge adjustment for her, but you got to do what's best for you, child, and continuing to let somebody disrespect you is just not the way to live. Like, like, nah, because you have literally set the tone for y'all marriage with allowing him to constantly cheat on you and disrespect you, because it's just like, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? You have to put your foot down and put yourself first at some point, because you can't continue to let nobody treat you like that. Girl, Marie is back, honey, and she is back with a new look. She is sporting a platinum blonde bob with some bangs, and I absolutely 100% hate it. Do not like it at all. It is giving me Hulk Hogan. What do you say, brother? She looked like she's about to compete for the WWE World Championship Wrestling belt. I do not like this hairstyle on her. Marie has the face for short hair. Long hair does not look right on her. And this bob, nope. It is giving me, like I said, 1980s Hulk Hogan, NWO Hulk Hogan, New World Order. Like, no. I do not like this at all. And, you know, she really was feeling good about herself. And I'm like, okay, girl, let's not do this season 3 if you get a season 3. So, business wise, she's doing the damn thing. She's opening up 5 methadone clinics. Like, she's doing the damn thing. She also clarifies to us that she and Essie, her best friend, are not lesbians. She likes the peen. Her and her husband are still separated, and, you know, she tired of going through her shit with his cheating ass too. She has a house full of kids, you know, her children, and her mother has come to live with her. You know, her mother is a drug addict, so she got a lot going on at home. And to add to it, while filming, they literally had a tragedy happen in their family. So she said that a few days prior, it was headline news that there was a car parked on the street, and somebody came by shooting this car up. I mean, shot the car up. And a girl and a little boy were in the car. And the girl that was in the car ended up murdered. She was 18 years old. Her name was Raven. And the baby in the back seat was Marie's grandson by her oldest child, Jerez. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I was speechless. Like, I had no words. Like, what do you do with that? Like, what? Like, her grandbaby could have been killed. His mama is gone. Like, this baby will never know his mama growing up, like, physically know her. And, like, when you saw all the bullet holes in that car, like she said, God was covering that baby. God was covering that child. So, she's helping, support her son because he's still in college. So now she's left with not only supporting her son, her other kids, her mama, but now her grandson as well. And her son Jerez is just trying to cope with everything, and he's devastated, and she's just trying to give him encouraging words and telling him, to stay focused on school. She saw improvements in him. He's doing better. And as she's, giving him all of these encouraging words, the little baby Zane farts. And it was the funniest, cutest little thing, because he is the cutest little boy ever. And I just wish their family well. And I just, pray for that baby and pray for that girl's family, like, to lose their daughter at such a young age. I want to know, like, what was behind this. Like, was she involved in some shit she ain't had no business being involved in? Like, cause who would just randomly shoot up a car with this girl in it? Like, what was going on? Like, that is truly, truly sad. And I must say, I just truly feel sorry for Marie, because it's like this lady cannot catch a break. Like, she could never just focus on herself and her own mental health and her own, self-worth and what she wants. She's always there to take care of somebody else. And I pray that God blesses her with somebody to come into her life and truly take care of her. Tambra, the radio host, is back, honey, and she is looking better than she did season 1. She heard our cries, because sis makeup season 1 was not the Gigiana with that pale pink lipstick. She has stopped with the bullshit, stopped trying to channel Nicki Minaj in her early days. She looks so much better. Her hair and everything is just so cute and just flattering to her. And she has a hit radio show now, and she has released an immunity tea that is in 2 stores. So she's doing a damn thing. Once again, like everybody else, doing the damn thing business wise. Personally, she's doing okay. She and Damon, the man that she has been seeing on and off for years, are together now and in a committed relationship. We then head back over to Lateshia's office, and she's there pretending to do work on her laptop, dressed to the nines, even though it's just her in there by herself. And she gets a visit from her girlfriend, Taisha. And when they return into the office, you can tell that the laptop was never on. The screen is black. Like, she wouldn't have had time to power down that fast. And I'm like, okay, we need to pay attention to detail here, because it was obvious that this lady is not in there doing no damn work, dressed up like this by her damn self. We needed to make the scene a little bit more believable. We all know at this point that with reality shows, they have call times. They know who they're going to meet up with, what they're going to discuss or whatever. What they're saying is real, but they know, okay, you're going to meet up with so-and-so today. We're going to talk about some things or whatever, da-da-da-da-da-da. So I just felt like this scene, as far as the setup, could have been done better. So she and her friend Taisha sit in her office, and Lateshia says that she wants to have a girls' night, and she's going to invite all the ladies, including Tambra. And she was like, I just don't understand when y'all became besties, when y'all became good friends, because I've been knowing you for years, and I ain't never known for y'all to be close like that. It's obvious that Taisha feels some type of way about Tambra. And so, Lateshia like, is that something I need to know? Like, what's the Gigiana? And Taisha says, you remember I've been telling you for the longest that I've been talking to this dude, and she calls him greedy or something like that. And she was like, well, I never told you his real name. His real name is Damon. It's the same guy that Tambra is seeing. And so Lateshia is looking like, the fuck you say? And so she was like, what? She was like, yeah, I know that you didn't know him by his real name, so you didn't know that it was the same guy, but yeah, I'm seeing him as well. Now, my question is, did Lateshia know that this was what this girl was about to come say, or did she really not know until this scene that her friend was dating Damon? I need to know. I feel like she already knew, and they use this scene to, tell the world. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't no way her friend gonna hold that until filming. She had to have seen season 1, saw this nigga and was like, girl, that's the nigga I've been fucking with, da 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 da. And so they decided to save it until season 2 to bring this shit out. I think that Lateshia already knew before that scene, but I'm gonna ask her when I interview her. So get ready for it. We then switch over to Tambra and Damon at the fertility clinic, child. They're trying to have a baby together. She's had fibroid problems. She had fibroid surgery. She thought they were only going to go in and remove like 5 of them. They ended up removing like 39 of them some bitches. She's a woman of a particular age. So they go to see this fertility doctor and they ask the question, even with us going through this process, can we still have sex the natural way and try to conceive? And he was like, yeah, most definitely. And he was like, with y'all being together all these years and the fact that you haven't gotten pregnant, she was like, oh, no. We haven't had unprotected sex. And the doctor was looking like, what? And I looked at the television screen like, well, what the fuck are y'all doing here? You don't even know if you can conceive the natural way because you haven't even fucking tried. And y'all ain't had not one slip up in these 45 years that y'all been dating. Make it make sense. Why are you there if you have never even tried to have unprotected sex with this man? Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. I could see if they had been trying, nothing happened. What? I'm just not understanding this. I'm really not. Like, what is going on? Okay, Tambra, here you come back again this season with the dumb shit. So it's the day of Latrice's high tea party, and we are introduced to new cast member SoGucci, who is one of the top real estate agents in Mississippi. She is married to Dancing Doll's dad. I forgot that man's name, but Sanjay and the twins' daddy. She is now married to him, and her real name is Sophia Otis Williams, and it fits because she looked like a Sophia. She gives me Frankie, Keisha Cole's mama. She looks like Frankie if Frankie never used drugs. And that's not even a bad thing. She just reminds me of Frankie. And she says that she is also a personal trainer. She has a really fit body. I don't know how I feel about SoGucci yet. She's coming in hot and ready in her confessionals with the shade and stuff. But we gonna see. I'm holding out my opinion on her thus far. All the ladies arrive to the high tea. It's Latrice, it's Tambra, it's SoGucci, it's Latrice manager, as well as Lateshia. It's just those ladies. And so when Lateshia comes in and she sits down and she speaks to everybody, this is her first time meeting SoGucci. And SoGucci says in her confessional that she loves Lateshia's dress. Like, Lateshia's dress was everything, but her edges didn't match her dress. That was like, what? She was like, she just wanted to fix her hair. And did I like Lateshia's hair in this scene? Absolutely not. No, I did not. The dress was fabulous. The hair, no, it wasn't. But I'm looking like SoGucci, girl, your wig wasn't doing the 1-2 step either. Like, you ain't got no room to talk, sis. Like, look at this picture. Your wig was not wigging. No. So you can't talk about nobody. So I'm wondering, are they gonna have issues this season? Because, like, she coming in hot already. So the ladies are sitting down talking, and Lateshia makes mention, like, is this just us? Like, nobody else is coming? And she was like, Latrice was like, no, I just wanted to be small and intimate. And Lateshia says, well, I know, Marie wasn't coming. And we see Latrice in her confessional discussing the fact that last season Marie was accusing her of going online and saying that she was committing Medicaid fraud. She says that she did not do that. And, her and Marie still don't get along with each other. And we're going to see more of that this season. So as they're sitting down talking, Lateshia asks Tambra, is she still with Damon? And she was like, yeah, we still together. And so she was like, y'all in a committed relationship where it's just y'all. And she like, yeah. Now with this line of questioning, I don't understand how Tambra, unless they just didn't show this, wasn't like, girl, is this something you want to ask me? Because you are asking me a whole bunch of questions about me and my nigga and whether or not we in a committed relationship and what's the status of us. Like, I'm not understanding why that wasn't asked. And if it was asked, why they didn't show it. Tambra even says that she feels like Letitia's questioning was coming from a honest place because they're friends and she cares about her. But I just would have been side-eyeing her like, what's with all the questions, girl? So Tambra then talks about them trying to have a baby together and how they've always had protected sex. And Latrice is like, what? Y'all been together since before Christ. And you mean to tell me y'all ain't never had unprotected sex? She don't believe her. So Lateshia goes on once again to be like, so y'all just linking up as friends then? Like, what's the tea? And Tambra was like, no, that's like my man. Like, once again, I don't understand how she like, girl, like, what is the case? Like, is you questioning me like you goddamn me Perry Mason? Like, what is going on? Tambra then goes on to tell the girls that, their relationship is really good. They're trying to have a baby, but the only thing that is missing is the ring. The ring don't mean a thing, honey, because this relationship between y'all just seemed a little cray-cray to me. And Lateshia then goes on to use her own marriage as an example of like, girl, you can have the ring and all that. That still don't mean these motherfuckers gonna be faithful to your ass and treat you right. And she brings up Glenn cheating on her 8 years ago and possibly having this child out there and her wanting to know, is this baby his, because she loves her husband and she wants her family back. And I'm just like, whether the baby is his or not, I feel like you gonna still be there. So you might as well just take your ass back home. That's just how I honestly feel. Like, you love that man. You're not done yet. So take your ass back home, get a paternity test, and just be a stepmama. Because that's what it's looking like it's gonna be. So SoGucci was like, but even when you find out, is that really gonna make you truly happy? And Lateshia says, you know what? One thing that I love and hate about myself is that if it is his child, I would want to take her baby. And Latrice was looking like, what you say? Hey, 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 hey. And I'm like, what you mean you want to take that lady baby? Now, I understood what she was saying. I think she might have used the wrong verbiage. What she should have said is, if that's his child or not, I know that I would love that baby as if it was my own and accept him into my household. Not I would want to take her baby. Like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam. No, Lateshia. No, Lateshia. I'm going to ask her about this when I interview her. And in the final scene of the episode, we see Lateshia at her office in her burgundy pleather dress, honey. She looked really cute. And surprisingly, she gets a pop-up visit for Glenn. And this is another scene where I feel like production dropped the ball, because this is supposed to be a pop-up visit where he's supposed to be surprising her with some flowers. But yet and still, this nigga show up in a burgundy sweater. Y'all dressed alike. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And then even if it was a coincidence, it wasn't even mentioned like, oh my God, I can't believe you in the same color as me. Like, we in sync. None of that was mentioned. Like, it's obvious that this was not a pop-up visit. It's obvious that they had a time to film with each other. Production dropped the ball. They should have made him change his shirt. So they sit down. He gives her the flowers, and he basically tell her he need her home, child. He's tired of the bullshit. Anime, bring your ass back home. She don't think that he could be a one-woman man, because he always saying he needs more attention, and she tired of focusing all of her time on him and feeling like if she not doing this, he gonna stray. And so she even put his ass on blast that the night he re-proposed to her in front of everybody, he was texting another girl the same night, Girl, if you don't leave this nigga alone and let him raise his out of wedlock baby and go on about your business and work on yourself and your self-esteem and to figure out why you have stayed with somebody and allowed him to treat you like this for God knows how many years, and get your life in order so then God can bless you with the person that you're supposed to be with, because at this point you are blocking your own blessings and you are staying in a place of being unhappy, and you can't even blame Glenn no more. You got to blame yourself, because this is ridiculous. The disrespect is just crazy. So he even admits that he thinks of himself as being a little toxic. Nigga, a little? Okay. So Lateshia was like, you know, you done took my penis and having unprotected sex with somebody else. Girl, from what I'm seeing, it was never your penis. It was always yours and somebody else's. So Glenn was like, that has nothing to do with my family. It has everything to do with your family, psycho. So Lateshia, you know, was just like, tell me the damn truth. Is this your baby or not? And then it goes off. Baby, the bells have came back in full effect. They are not playing. I'm loving the setup with episode 1. We already see where this thing is going. I feel as though as the season premiere, they did a great job. Overall, I'm going to give it an A-, and that is because of the setup scenes with Lateshia where I felt like they dropped the ball. But overall, as far as what's going on in the ladies' lives, the drama, the infighting, the marriage issues, everything is there, and I'm loving it. Let me know down below in the comment section how you all feel about the season premiere episode of Belle Collective. Let's talk. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.